So in the previous videos we are just going through the chapter number 3, that is natural resources. Okay students, in that we have just reached to the rocks and minerals. In previous video we have seen that. So first of all let us revise that. Okay. So rocks and minerals. Okay. So there are three types of rocks. How many types of rocks? Three types of rocks that are. First of all, what is rock? Rocks from the earth crust, they are made up of different materials. There are several kinds of rocks, but they are classified mainly into three groups: igneous group, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Okay, igneous rocks. Rocks are formed from lava that has cooled and hardened. Igneous rocks, such as granite, are used for constructing buildings and roads. They can be polished and used for making floors, kitchens, counter in houses, and so on. Then after sedimentary rocks, that are sedimentary rocks are formed when sand, clay, and so on are deposited in many layers over time. Sedimentary rocks such as sandstone and limestone are used in a building. Limestone used for making cement. Then after metamorphic rocks are igneous or sedimentary rocks that have changed because of extreme heat or pressure, such as marble. They are used in constructing buildings. Quartz is used in clocks as wristwatch. It is used by jewelry and in laboratory equipment as well. Rocks break down into very fine particles to form soil. Soil is essential for plant to grow. Here we have seen the three types of rocks, that are igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Okay, all these have their different uses. Okay, and now let us see further which topic is that. So moving further, that is metallic minerals. So what is metallic minerals? Let us see that. Metallic minerals. Metallic minerals. Okay. So first of all, what is metallic minerals? Here you can see rocks also contain ores bearing different metallic minerals such as gold, silver, iron, copper, and tin. Steel and alloy is used to us in many different ways. It is used to make so many things, from cooking utensils to railway coaches. Here, first of all, rocks are also ores. Here, rocks are also ores, means if I say that in rocks also some of the metallic contaminated are there, like gold, silver, and some of the things are there in the just rocks, and all that are known as the minerals. Okay, then after metallic minerals such as gold, silver, iron, copper, and tin. Okay, then after steel and alloy is used to us in many different ways. Steel is used in many different ways. Okay students, steel, we have seen about the steel at many places. We have seen about the steel, that this is of stainless steel, this steel, this steel. Okay, and then after it is used to make so many things, from cooking utensils to railway coaches. Okay, so what, from cooking utensils to the railway coaches. Railway coaches means in Gujarati I say that dabba, which is there in which we sit, that is also made by this. And then after coming toward the non-metallic minerals. So what is non-metallic minerals? See here, non-metallic minerals. Non-metallic minerals. So what is non-metallic minerals? In the rocks from which the minerals come out, the minerals are non-metallic. the metals and non-metals are classified into their properties and characteristics. Okay, they all are elements. From these elements, the metals and non-metals are differentiated by their characteristics or physical thing or anything. These characteristics and properties. Okay, and there have different properties, physical properties, chemical properties, and uses, characteristics. According to that, the elements are differentiated between metals and non-metals. Okay, then after, the earth crust also has non-metallic minerals such as coal, petroleum, and mica. Coal is used as a fuel in many factories and industries. Petroleum is refined and made into kerosene, diesel, petrol, special fuel for planes, paraffin wax, and other things. Coal and petroleum were formed millions of years ago when plants and elements decayed and metamorphosed or changed due to the heat and pressure. And that is why coal and petrol are called fossil fuels. Okay, that is why coal and petrol are known as the fossil fuel. Okay, now here we are coming to the renewable energy and non-renewable energy. So what is that? What is renewable energy and what is non-renewable energy? We will see one by one both. So first of all, renewable energy. What is renewable energy? So the energy which can be used the another time again and again and again, that is known as renewable energy. And non-renewable energy means, what is non-renewable energy? The energy which cannot be used to the next time or again. The energy which cannot be used again is known as non-renewable energy. Let us see that. So first of all, here non-renewable, renewable resource. Here the definition is given. First of all, I am just writing that the supply of a coal, petroleum, and other minerals is limited once they get used up, they cannot be renewed. Hence, they are non-renewable resource. Non-renewable resource. Okay, they are non-renewable resource. So what is non-renewable resource? That if I say that the supply of coal, petroleum and other minerals is limited, once they get used up, means once if we just use this what coal, petroleum and other minerals, then we cannot use that mineral the next time or again. So they are non-renewable resource. Okay students, now moving towards the details given in it. Here the supply of coal, petroleum and other minerals is limited. Once they get used up, they cannot be renewed, hence they are non-renewable resource. Even soil is non-renewable resource. We have to conserve these resources, means the non-renewable resource, they are limited and we have to conserve this resource. Why? Because our further generation can use that resource, so we have to conserve this resource. Okay, and then after coming towards the renewable resource, so renewable resource, renewable resource. So what is renewable resource? Here air, seawater, solar energy, wind energy are practically inexhaustible resource. Forest can be renewed if trees are planted to replace the ones that are cutted. In nature, old plants die and new plants replace them in the wild. But interference by human being has posed a threat to both plants and animals' life. Forests are dwindling and animals are losing their natural habitat. We have seen that the air, water, and soil remain unpolluted and forest resources are always renewed. These resources are threatened as follow here. They are saying that the renewable resource, which are air, air, water, sun, solar energy, which are renewable resource. Okay, so what happens nowadays due to the pollution and other things, the air is polluted, the water is polluted. Okay students, so we should stop doing this. And so why? Because they are renewable resource, we just use that resource and we don't have to harm that. Okay students, and here there are, see here, I am just writing here, there is no definition written over here, but writing which resource are there. Renewable resource, that is air, sea water, solar energy, and wind energy. Okay, they are all the renewable resources in that. This is further classified how we polluted these energies. So for that, the first is water pollution. Water pollution. Okay, so what is water pollution? We know that water pollution, we know that we just waste most of the water. Okay, but we don't have to waste, we have to use only that much water which is used. We don't have to waste water. So first of all, we don't have to waste water, that is the usage of that. But pollution, how we just polluted water, we know that in the river which is just going through a town or a village or a anything village, it is just moving from river is just going from that. So what just we people do is we just go there and washes the cloth and just washes the animals, and that we have to don't do. Why? Because due to that there is a pollution in water. We have to use that water safely. Okay students, and let us see some of the that points here. River should be kept clean and water should not be wasted. 97% of the water resource on the earth is salt water. Of the remaining 3%, 2% is locked into the polar ice. We have to convert the remaining 1% which we can use. Here, 97% of water. If I tell that there is 100% of water, then from 100%, 97% of water is the salt water which is present in the sea. Okay, and then after the remaining 3%, from that 3%, 2% of the fresh water is on the polar. Okay, and then after the 1% is the water which we use in our daily life. So we have to conserve that water. Okay students, and our next is soil erosion and land pollution. Let us see that also. Soil erosion and land pollution. Okay, so soil erosion. How the soil erosion first of all takes place? Soil erosion, when we just remove the forest area, if we just do the deforest, the roots which hold the soil will not hold the soil, and the soil with the wind, water or anything else will move with that, and that is known as soil erosion. And then after coming to the land pollution, we know that the waste which we just throw on the land, due to which there is the things we just throw on the land, some are degradable and some are non-degradable. So the degradable will degrade with the soil and form the soil, but the non-degradable will not form the soil and it will pollute the soil. Okay students, let us see that also. As the pollution of the earth increases, more land and natural resources are needed. Clearing forest for agriculture and for building townships has resulted in soil erosion. If the soil is eroded, trees cannot grow well there. Fewer trees means more soil erosion. This is a cycle, as I have explained this. Okay, and then after coming to us the air pollution. So what is air pollution students? So we have heard that due to the increasing vehicles, factories and all this, the air pollution is increasing. Why it is increasing? Because from the factories and the vehicles, the harmful gases are just coming out to the atmosphere. Okay students, and this happens in the pollution of the air. Okay, some of the factories, for the lack of money, what they do, they just do not just filter out the harmful gases and just put out in the air, but they just directly with the harmful gases they just put out the gas. So what they have to do, first of all they have to filter that no harmful gases are there in it, and then after they have to just put it out, then it will not be polluted to air. And vehicles also we have to use in the sufficient. If it is needed, then only we have to use vehicle, so that the pollution not occur. Okay students, and here just moving here Fewer trees are means an increase in the level of carbon dioxide in the air. More factories and industry release toxic gases in the air and toxic wastes in the river and lakes, leading to the pollution of the air, land and water. Okay students, this is what I have explained, and now let us move further. So here, up to here only we will see in the today's video. In next video we will see the last topic, which is the conservation of natural resource, that we will see in the next video. But before that, what we will do, we will see what we have seen in this video, that is non-renewable energy resource, renewable resource. So what is non-renewable resource? The supply of coal, petroleum and other minerals is limited. Once they get used up, they cannot be renewed, hence they are known as non-renewable resource. And then after renewable resource, what are renewable resource? That is air, sea water, solar energy and wind energy. They are renewable resource. And from that, what happens? The renewable resources which just polluted them. How? See here, water pollution. The water pollution, the waste, factory waste is just directly put it into the river. So the river is polluted. Then after the soil erosion and land pollution. So soil erosion, how it is occur? So what happens when we just forest area is that we just deforest that, then the roots which just hold the soil will not hold the soil because we have just cutted the trees. And then after, due to the heavy rain, then heavy wind and all the things, the soil will erode. And then after land pollution, we just throw some of the non-degradable on the land and it will just pollute the land. And then after air pollution, this pollution is what? Air pollution, that is from industries, vehicles and other things, that is known as the air pollution. Okay students, and further we will just move towards the next, in the next video. And in your today's homework, what we will just do is, after completing this topic, we will do the exercise objectives. So in your homework, what you just do is, find out the answers of exercise. Okay, find out the answers of exercise objectives, and question answer material is given to you. Okay students, we will meet in the next video. Bye students.